Takafumi Ito versus Jeff Masagli.
You see Ito in the red, Masagli in the black.
Opening up with a big right shote is Masagli and getting the front headlock now on Ito. Ito looking to finish that takedown with Masagli controlling well. Ito still working that single leg and might get it. And he does happen to get Masagli on his back. Masagli here, the taller fighter, has to watch that his leg there does not get attacked by Ito.
As the fighters are nearing the ropes, Ito should probably try to move Masagli closer to the center, as he does right here, and we move along forward in the fight.
Ito looking to drop into that toe hold. Masagli looking perhaps to get one of his own.
Both fighters rolling almost out of the ring. The referee will probably have to break them up and restart them in the center.
Masagli showing great composure for a newcomer to the Pancrase ring.
And this is the perfect place for him to make his mark, the Neo Blood tournament.
Ito mounted, delivering some shotes as he drops into an arm lock against Masagli here. Masagli desperately trying to keep that arm from getting extended, but in a very dangerous position.
Ito still going for that armbar, very close to getting it. And he does get it. Jeff Masagli loses. And Josh, this result, it was kind of expected.
It was, but I think Masagli actually gave a really great performance considering, and a bit of a surprise out of Jeff Masagli.
All right, and we move on to our next fight, Vernon Tiger White versus Gregory Smit. Now, we know Vernon would grow a lot as a fighter, but at this point, just how good is he?
Well, he isn't one of the top guys in Pancrase right now, but matches here against Smit is the sort of thing that's going to help Vernon's progression. And Smit, I think, an even newer sort of face to the sport of Pancrase than White. And if anybody would have the advantage, actually White should be looked upon as the veteran in this match.
All right, let's see if that veteran experience pays off.
Gregory Smit versus Vernon Tiger White.
White in the black and Smit in the Aussie trunks with the green shin guards.
And Smit with a nice single leg takedown of White, now in the full guard position.
White working that front choke. Doesn't look as if he's got it locked in too deep as Smit gets his head free.
As both fighters near the corner of the ring, the referee will probably have to break them up if they do not move out of that position.
White controlling the wrist of Smit. Smit perhaps looking to bring the fight more to the center, working inside the guard of Vernon White.
As we move along, now White is on the back of Smit.
Looking for the choke is White as he locks in a sleeper hold around his neck.
And Smit in a little bit of trouble here.
Looking more like a face lock now as White across the jawline, but Smit.
As we zip on along, both fighters back on their feet.
Smit just closing the distance and crowding White. Looking for a suplex was Smit as White drops into the knee bar.
And Smit, nice job of rolling over, avoiding the knee bar at least for now.
White changing over to an Achilles lock, sensing the finish is near. Smit looking composed, staying relaxed.
As we move along, Smit now with the side control.
Going for the mount against White, but White seeing it coming, reverses and drops into another knee bar against Smit.
Smit once again in a precarious position.
Getting some direction from his corner is White to try and finish this hold. Now looking to get the toe hold on the opposite side, but Smit continuing to escape. Kick fired by White. Smit closing the distance and looking for the body lock against White. Vernon's corner imploring him to get moving. As Smit gets another takedown, Vernon now taking the leg of Smit once more. Smit getting another body lock takedown.
And that is how the fight ends. A very close fight. The judges are going to have a very tough decision to make here.
I would think if anybody would get the decision, though, it would be White because of all the various submission attacks. He wasn't successful in extending the leg, but
30対30ドロー。ジャッジ小菅健二同じく30対30ドロ
2 draws.
ー。サブレフェリー広戸総一30対29グレゴリー・スミット。以上判定結果1対0をもちまして青コーナーグレゴリー・スミット選手の勝利
And a puzzling result, Josh. I don't think Gregory Smit believes he won this fight. He's just shaking his head in a very disappointing loss for Vernon Tiger White.
Christopher DeWeaver versus Ryushi Yanagisawa.
DeWeaver looking very focused before, as we saw. Knees delivered by DeWeaver, but Yanagisawa gets the single leg takedown.
Immediately into the grappling is Yanagisawa, electing not to use his karate and kickboxing background. DeWeaver trying to shrimp, as they call it, and get his guard back, but Yanagisawa continuing to hold the side control position. DeWeaver looking to use some sort of modified choke, probably something he's able to execute because of being around 6'7", 6'8".
And you just heard the referee yell fight. He'll do that to try to tell the fighters he wants to see more action, or else he'll break them apart.
Yanagisawa now in the headlock position. Nice head and arm, maybe looking for a choke or a neck crank. DeWeaver struggling.
But DeWeaver is near the ropes should he decide to to use an escape. He can do so. Christopher DeWeaver, if he wants to win this fight, he has to get on top of Yanagisawa at this point, I think, Josh.
Or at the very least, he needs to look to use that length to try and wrap up one of Yanagisawa's arms, or maybe use his legs to start that triangle choke again. As you can hear, DeWeaver has Larry Papadopoulos in his corner.
And shooting in is Yanagisawa, getting another takedown.
Looking to attack the arm. Still working the neck is Yanagisawa, maybe looking to take that arm of DeWeaver's, catch it in between his legs, and apply a shoulder lock, known as the telephone arm lock, or perhaps a straight arm lock using the legs. DeWeaver here rolling up on his shoulders, trying to apply a scissor on Yanagisawa. Yanagisawa getting that arm down, that telephone arm lock.
And there we have it. DeWeaver has to tap out. And Ryushi Yanagisawa moves on, very pumped about that victory.
Yanagisawa looks like he's added some size, some serious muscle, and actually from the past few tours here. And a strong performance, not a bit conservative on Yanagisawa's effort, as he's going to have to move on and fight again another time this night.
And Christopher DeWeaver, as we see, Josh, not able to muster up almost any kind of offense, spending most of the time on the mat getting worked on by Yanagisawa.
Yeah, it seemed as though that his length, his just being so tall, actually became a bit of an issue, and he wasn't really able to use any of the advantages he might have from having long legs and long arms. And Yanagisawa just staying inside, tight to the inside of his body, just really keeping him flat on the mat and unable to really amount much offense.
All right, we're going to go to a quick commercial break, but when we come back, we'll watch Minoru Suzuki.